Good morning, everyone. I am still reading on the Apocryphon of John, and I thought I'd share something that I seen that might be helpful to anyone activating their divine spark or to become one with their higher self, Christ consciousness, their monad. So this is, I'm just going to read it. It says 6 questions about the soul. So the Apocryphon of John, again, is John, the beloved disciple of Jesus, is grappling with doubt following the crucifixion of his master. So in the moment of uncertainty, he receives revelations from the risen Christ, unveiling the mysteries of the divine realm, the origins of humanity, and the nature of evil. The revelation offers a complex cosmology involving a supreme, unknowable God, intermediate beings, divine beings, and flawed lower creature God, often identified as the demiurge who is responsible for the material world. So John is getting these revelations from Jesus, And these are the 6 questions about the soul that he's asking him. So it says, I asked the Savior, will every soul be saved and gain access into the pure light? He said, and this is Jesus talking after he's risen, you pose a profound question, one that is beyond the ability of anyone not influenced by the same family background to answer. These persons will receive the spirit of life, which will enable them to achieve redemption, perfection, and qualification for greatness. So I believe they're talking about the divine spark here when they say the spirit of life, but I'm not 100% positive. I believe so, though. If they rid themselves of malevolence and remain indifferent to evil, meaning that you're just observing evil, you're not formulating an opinion in regards to it or in judgment of it or anybody going through it or doing it. So you're just in an observation of it. And your thoughts that are negative, you're in observation of your thoughts. So it says, just pursuing which is unattained. They achieve emancipation from the rage, envy, jealousy, yearning, and need. The physical body restricts their abilities. They endure suffering in anticipation of the moment when they will be reunited with the people who will alleviate it. These folks deserve everlasting immortal existence. They endure all things, persisting through every condition to merit the good and the inheritance of everlasting life. So John then I asked for further information. Lord, what happens to the soul that does not engage in these actions, even when they are influenced by the spirit of life? And again, I think they're talking about the divine spark. Well, they're talking about the divine here. He said, when the spirit manifests itself in individuals, they experience a profound change and achieve salvation. The power is accessible to everybody on the planet, since without it, no one can remain upright. Following the birth, those who cultivate the spirit of life and experience augmentation of power that fortifies their soul. Nothing has the power to divert them towards malevolence. However, when people are influenced by the artificial spirit, and they're talking about the demiurge here, it leads them astray. I said, Lord, after leaving the physical body, where did the souls go? He said with a smirk, if the soul possesses more strength and power than the artificial spirit, the demiurge, it is able to avoid wickedness. With the assistance of the incorruptible one, a soul is able to achieve redemption, everlasting tranquility. Subsequently, I said, "My Lord, what is the fate of the souls who possess no knowledge of their beginnings? Where do they travel to?" Jesus replied, "In these individuals, the synthetic essence has achieved supremacy, causing them to deviate from the right path. Their spirits carry heavy loads, pulled towards wickedness, and thrown into complete forgetfulness. Upon leaving the physical form, these souls are sent to the realm of the rulers, creations, where they are confined with chains and imprisoned once more. In this reoccurring cycle, people endure until they liberate themselves from the oblivion via acquiring the knowledge. Ultimately, they attain flawlessness and deliverance." John then asked, "Lord, how does the soul undergo a reduction in the magnitude in order to enter the womb or a man?" He displayed satisfaction at my query and said, "You are truly fortunate for comprehending. The soul ought to be directed by another being in whom the essence of vitality dwells. By doing this, it will obtain salvation and avoid reincarnation." I inquired further, "My Lord, what is the fate of the souls that acquire genuine knowledge but choose to reject it?" He said, "The demons of extreme poverty will guide them to a location where it is impossible to seek forgiveness. They will stay there until the moment when those who committed blasphemy against the Spirit suffer everlasting pain and retribution." I said, "My Lord, what is the genius of synthetic essence?" And then Jesus goes on, and I'm going to leave it at that, but Jesus goes on 3 plots against humanity. But that really hit home and resonated with me. I don't know about the fear-based stuff of if you don't do it, but understanding that the goal of coming here to earth is not for you to worship something outside of yourself, but it is to become one with the spirit of life of God. And you can only obtain that by going within, which is why Jesus Christ said the kingdom of heaven is within. So understanding that you're not doing yourself any service by just living your life and then dying, because all you're going to do is reincarnate back onto earth until you decide to finally become one with the spirit of life. And that's my takeaway. Do your own research, come to your own conclusions. But I really love this. I thought I'd share. Namaste.